Hi, it's Natalie here, and today you're going to discover what exactly an emotional guidance scale is and how to use it to navigate these challenging times with ease and grace. All of this is according to Abraham Hicks, of course. Now, the first thing that you should know is that Abraham Hicks is one of the single most influential teachers of the law of attraction. So, channeled by Esther Hicks, Abraham's message is very simple. The closer we are to joy, the more easily we attract what we want. So let's take a look at what Abraham's emotional guidance scale is. Now, the emotional guidance scale is a list of emotions ranging from joy, appreciation, freedom, love, and empowerment, which are the highest emotions, to fear, despair, desperation, grief, and powerlessness. So when you want to feel better, you can identify where you are on the emotional scale and proactively reach for better feeling thoughts that lead to better feeling emotions. So once you're stable in a new emotion, you've moved up the scale. Then you continue the practice of reaching for better feeling thoughts and moving up the scale to higher vibrational emotions. Now, the emotion scale, as described by Abraham Hicks, goes like this. So, starting with the higher ranks, number 1 is joy, appreciation, and empowerment. Number 2 is passion. Number 3 is enthusiasm, eagerness, and happiness. Number 4 is positive expectation and beliefs. Then we have number 5, which is optimism. Number 6, hopefulness. Number 7, contentment. Number 8, boredom. Number 9, pessimism. Number 10, frustration, irritation, or impatience. Number 11 is feeling overwhelmed. Number 12 is disappointment. Number 13 is doubt. And number 14 is worry. And the lowest ranking is number 15, blame. Number 16, discouragement. Number 17, anger. Number 18, revenge. Number 19, hatred and rage. Number 20, jealousy. 21 is insecurity, guilt, or unworthiness. And number 22 is fear, grief, and desperation. Now, this means that when we're in an energy of joy, we're allowing ourselves to manifest what we desire. The closer we are to the emotion of joy, the more easily we attract what we want. But what about when we're really far from joy? What about when we feel desperate or fearful or powerless? Now, in these situations, it's not wise to try and leap up the scale as fast as possible. So have you ever tried to force yourself to feel happy when you're so far from it? Then you know how hard it is. In fact, trying to go from a very low vibration emotion to a very high vibration emotion in record time can actually make us feel worse. So when you're in a negative space, high vibe thoughts just won't resonate. And they feel forced and they feel like they're forced. So instead of trying to leap, we have to gently guide ourselves back to joy by taking one small step at a time. Now, our emotions are our energy. They are the frequency that we're sending out into the universe. So when we're low on the emotional scale, we're emitting negative energy or low frequency energy, which attracts people, situations, and experiences that match that vibration. So this is why when we say things like, my day went from bad to worse, remember, we're always manifesting, even if we're not consciously aware of it. Now, as we lift ourselves up and out of our low vibration and move up the emotional scale, our point of attraction shifts. When we lean towards joy in any situation, we literally change the vibrational frequency of what's happening around us. Now, you're probably wondering how to move up the emotional scale. Well, here's how. Now, there are many ways to lean towards joy and move up to a higher vibrational emotion. The next time you notice yourself at the bottom of the emotional scale or towards the bottom, gently practice reaching for better feeling thoughts and emotions. So know that you can move up the scale just bit by bit and step by step. Now, a few ways you could do this is, number 1, practice gratitude. When you can be grateful for what you already have, and it could be just one thing. It could be something so simple like, I have a roof over my head. I have clean water to drink. I'm actually alive and I'm out of bed. whatever it is, depending on where you're on that part on the scale, be grateful for whatever you have, and that's going to help you to get up at least one step or maybe one more step on the emotional scale. So really be grateful for what you have and make it a daily practice. Have one activity that you maybe connect this with. For me, it's walking Bella, my puppy, in the mornings. So whenever I'm taking her out, that is my go-to to drop into gratitude. The other thing that you can do is to be of service to somebody else. Have you ever noticed that you may be feeling bad to yourself, but as soon as you do something kind or something compassionate or something helpful for somebody else, it actually makes them feel better, which makes you feel better too? So be of service to someone else. Think of how you can do a random act of kindness. It could be something simple like holding the elevator door open, carrying somebody's groceries, or just calling someone that you know is living alone and hasn't heard from anyone for a while. Now, do you ever notice how good it feels to help someone in need? Now, you've got friends that you can support, or family members or loved ones. Just check in on them. Pick up the phone and say, "How are you?" or "I'm here for you." Within minutes, you'll be in a higher vibrational place because you'll no longer be focusing on all the things that you think you need. Instead, you'll redirect your focus onto how you can be of service to somebody else. The universe greatly supports this energy. The other thing you want to do is celebrate every small shift. So let's say that you're mindlessly scrolling through Facebook when you suddenly realize that you feel envious or dissatisfied. So you stop, and as you feel your anger creeping up, well, here's the thing. Don't be afraid of this anger. In fact, you should celebrate the shift. Anger is a higher vibrational emotion than jealousy. So going from jealousy to anger is actually a clear sign that you're moving up the emotional scale. Now, your work is still to keep going, of course, and sometimes you can let your emotions ride out and naturally find your way back up the scale. Now, other times, you want to be more proactive in choosing new thoughts and new energy. So if you feel stuck in a lower level vibration or sense yourself going down the scale, the solution is to practice the choose again method. So there are 3 steps to this. Notice the thought, forgive the thought, and choose again. Now, there are ways that you can raise your vibration faster, and I explain how to do this in my best-selling book, Never in Your Wildest Dreams. So I highly encourage you to click on the link below in the description to download your free copy. Now, distraction is powerful. One of the fastest ways to guide yourself back up the emotional scale is to do something that makes you feel good. The 2 best ways to do this is, like we said before, number 1, gratitude and being in a practice of gratitude, and number 2, helping somebody else. Now, fun can come from the simplest acts. You can do things like exercise, you could call a friend, you could do a crossword puzzle or play with a child. If any activity brings you a sense of satisfaction or contentment or excitement or happiness, then it's fun. And as soon as you lean into a joyful experience, you move yourself up the emotional scale. You can and often will move up the scale by focusing on something other than what's upsetting you. Now, this doesn't mean that you're ignoring difficult emotions or checking out of tough situations. In fact, it's quite the opposite. So by moving up the emotional scale, you can easily attract the support, the solutions, the creative ideas and realizations that you need to solve problems and move through your feelings. So as you start using the emotional guidance scale to feel better and better, you'll find relief knowing that you don't have to force yourself back to joy in order to reclaim your positive momentum. You just have to be honest about how you're feeling and choose the next best thought. Your willingness to feel better will be your guide out of despair and into joy. Feeling your feelings is essential to moving up the scale. So often when we're stuck in an emotion, the reason we can't get out of it is that we're unwilling to acknowledge what's really going on. The second that you honor your true feelings, you can experience relief and you can move into a new vibrational state. Even the slightest shift in your energy is enough to redirect your energetic flow towards joy. So when you feel that shift, just let it take over. Take it even further and feel it as much as possible. Now remember, you can't take this practice too far. Nurture your happiness and joy and don't stop. Feeling good is the goal. So when you get there, go grab even more of it. All right, now I hope that you've really enjoyed this topic today. And before I go, I would love to know, do you have any other tips on how to raise your vibration? If you do, please comment below. And don't forget to subscribe to the Mind Movies YouTube channel for more videos on personal growth and the law of attraction. Again, my name is Natalie Ledwell. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.